If you imagine this is your car, then this is a motorcycle. Now, when you drive up to a main road, it's easy to see other cars. But because a motorcycle is a third of the width of a car, he's very hard to see. But he's dead easy to hurt. Nasty. And that's why, at junctions, I'm asking you to give a second thought for bikes. Stop, think once for cars, hold it, then think again for bikes. If you want to avoid this, think once, think twice, think bike.
Welcome to the Brain Warehouse. We provide new ways to cure any ill effects cannabis may have on your body.
You a puker? Hey? No? You know about the new spew stopper? No, I'm alright, mate.
This latest model accuses carrying 95% more chemical substances.
Ah, the Freak-Out Free X50. You know, back in the old days, before these came out, you lost it on weed and phew, that was it. Imagine that. You want it installed?
With stronger strains than ever before, mess with cannabis and you could mess with your mind. If you'd like to find out more, talk to Frank.
The DVLA computer knows if you've renewed your car tax, and it knows if you haven't. If you've not paid or declared your vehicle as off the road, it will automatically issue you with an £80 penalty. There's no escape. Pay your car tax.
What sort of person would jeopardize your job? Wouldn't listen to warnings? Wouldn't look into solutions? What sort of person wouldn't make one phone call to find out how to save their company from the millennium bug? Is it you? Call 0845 601 2000 today.
Most of us reckon we can handle our motors after a few pints. Take it easy and you don't attract the law. But what if some stupid git does this? Or this? Or this? Those few points will just cost you your licence. So who's the stupid git now?
You might think that donated blood is just used for emergencies. You'd be wrong. It's used during childbirth, for premature babies, for cancer treatment, transplants, hip and knee operations, and all kinds of other stuff every day, which, as you can imagine, is a constant drain. The thing is, donated blood is only usable for a limited time, so supplies need to be replaced continually. And although any of us could need blood at any time, only 6% of us are giving it. Which means, if those people stopped giving blood tomorrow, in only a few days, our blood supply would simply run out.
Do something amazing. Give blood.
Oh my God!
Yeah, hold on, that's on the road.
Just be cool, yeah?
Drugs have an involuntary effect on the eyes that you can't control. The police can spot this, and the penalties are exactly the same as those for drink driving.
A grain pit looks like a sandpit to a child. It looks like somewhere nice to play, but it's not. It's like quicksand, or it's a way to drown without water. It will suck a child down before you can save it. So keep the children away and put a grid on it.
This bird survived, but every year hundreds of animals are choked or strangled by litter.
Because Frances was still a very young firefly, her tail wouldn't glow like those of the grown-ups, and this made her feel very sad. "I can give you a glowing light," said Cocky Roach. Frances knew that Cocky was a very naughty young cockroach, but she couldn't resist. They lit a match from a box that Cocky had taken from his mummy's kitchen without her knowing. Frances knew she was doing wrong, but Cocky had her under his spell. Grasping the match, Frances took to the sky. "Oh, what fun!" Cocky chuckled. The flame grew larger until it reached her wings and burnt her. In pain, she let the match drop to the ground. Soon the whole of the kingdom was burning. The following day, King Chrysalis said, "We'll have to build everything again." Frances realized how foolish she'd been. In time, she got better and helped rebuild the kingdom, but she never forgot the words of her king. "Remember," he said, "never play with matches." And Cocky Roach never dared show his face again. Remember, never play with matches.
This is heaven, I'm telling you, this is the best place. Everybody thinks I've been selling them Merkies, right? But I've been selling them rubbish, man. I sold her an aspirin, 15 quid, man. You know what I gave her this time round, man? A vitamin pill. There's a big guy over there. I sold him a dog worming tablet, right? He's off his head. See her? I sold her acid. She thought she was getting ecky. She didn't even know the difference, man. And look at her, it's turned her into a pure space cadet. It's dead funny, man, look.
Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know?
Civil unrest rocked the province last night on a scale not seen in many years. The leaders of the four main churches say they're very concerned at the boycott of some Protestant businesses by Canada. An 18-year-old man has been treated for leg injuries after being beaten by a gang of men wielding iron bars and baseball bats.
A West Belfast teenager crucified to a wooden fence with metal spikes through his knees and elbows last week. There have been angry scenes at Drumcree within the past half hour.
A crowd of about 400 stopped mass from taking place in Harryville last
And workers forced out of their jobs.
The victim was attacked at a house.
It's a miracle no one was killed or maimed. The Ballinahinch bomb blast was an attempt at mass murder.
does things on the cheap. He steals money from Whip Browns, but guy's a real creep. He nicks food from the fridge whenever he can. He downloads knockoff films, boy, the crabby little man. He's a knockoff Nigel, a knockoff Nigel. Knockoff Nigel downloads knockoff films.
I like the white ones. Is that the white? Try this one. One for you, one for you. I haven't got that.
To children, medicines look like sweets. If they can reach them, they'll eat them. So keep all medicines out of reach, and don't keep them once you're better.
I wonder what they're doing up there. This has gone very quiet, hasn't it?
That was a public information film.
There's a worm at the bottom of the garden, and his name is Wiggly Woo. There's a worm at the bottom of the garden, he was born in doggy poo. He wiggles all night and he wiggles all day, he blinds little children who come out to play. There's a worm at the bottom of the garden, and his name is Wiggly Woo.
The Toxocara worm is invisible to the human eye. It can blind small children and plague any grassy surface a dog is permitted to foul. Community Hygiene Concern is struggling to educate Britain's 6 million dog owners about the importance of clearing up after their pets. It's going to take time and, of course, money. If you'd like to help, please make a donation by ringing 0839 111 303 now.
Fine. Brilliant. All right, I'll see you on the 9th. Okay, bye.
The average smoker needs over 5,000 cigarettes a year. Get unhooked. Call 0800 169 0169 or visit getunhooked.co.uk. If you're a smoker, getting unhooked isn't easy. That's why the NHS offers a whole range of ways to help you stop. To find out what's best for you, call 0800 169 0169, press the red button, or visit getunhooked.co.uk.
10 more minutes then homework, yeah?
The average smoker needs over 5,000 cigarettes a year. Get unhooked. Call 0800 169 0169 or visit getunhooked.co.uk.
There are rather a lot of TV detector vans in this area tonight. New, more powerful vans. If you don't have a license, they'll know just where to look for you. And when you're caught, you can now be fined up to £400. The new TV detector vans, they're in this area now.
Thank you, Mummy.
Oh, darling.
Thank you, Mummy. Thank you, Mummy. Thank you, Mummy.
Leave it there, lovely.
Thank you, Mummy.
Oh.
The smoke and fumes from a house fire can kill a child in under a minute. Wake up. Get a smoke alarm.
Keep out of it, Sonny! It's nothing to do with you!
How can you be sure children don't see something they shouldn't?
Had to get involved, didn't you? Well, your time is up.
Commercial television companies work to guidelines so that the right program is broadcast at the right time. And we're here to ITC they stick to them.
I love people. Love to be around them, see them smile, see the laughing faces of their young and children in turn. I'm drawn to this flickering hypnosis, to reach out as I do in fateful embrace. My name is Fire. Be careful when you're near me. I can't help myself.
When friends told Kate smoking heroin would make her feel good, they forgot to tell her something else. How bad it would also make her feel. How she'd start to look tired, spotty, and unhealthy. How she'd lose her friends, her looks, and her interest in everything but heroin. How she'd soon have to take heroin not to get high, but just to stop feeling down. How she'd eventually risk blood disease, liver damage, even heart failure.
Yeah, I'm still alive, I suppose.
Don't be a dummy. Heroin really does screw you up.
Ever tried skag? What? Heroin? Of course.
Yeah?
Why not? Don't want to be an addict, do I? Come off it. You gotta take it forever to get that bad. Yeah. But it makes you ill, don't it? All that stuff about spots? Nah. I mean things like your head and your liver. It's just a good buzz. What's up, Smithy? Seen Joey? I've got a bit of a cold. You know, need some stuff. Come in.
Whatever anyone says, heroin really does screw you up.
You wanna come?
Nah. Thanks. But not today.
Okay, it's my go.
Can you see it?
No.
Can you smell it?
No.
Can you taste it?
No. You'll never get it.
Carbon monoxide. It can kill your family. Gas and solid fuel appliances need air. Don't block up vents.
This is the sound of a car crashing into a parked car at 30 miles an hour. Here it is again in slow motion. That strange sound was the backseat passenger who wasn't wearing a seatbelt hitting the seat in front. That thud is the sound of the passenger's head hitting the driver. That's the sound of the driver being crushed by the weight of the passenger. The weird cracking was the passenger's thigh bone breaking as their knees hit the seat. That's the sound of the passenger, having killed the driver, sitting back down again. And that's the sound of a rear seatbelt being fastened.
To get this perfect shade of dusty coral, a lethal substance was sprayed into the eyes of over 3,000 rabbits. So that the creams and moisturizers we use are safe, another 12,000 guinea pigs are shaved and toxic irritants attached to their skin. A further 5,000 animals die every year being force-fed lipstick. To see these animals suffer and die needlessly is not a pretty sight. There is beauty without cruelty.
Hey! You should be a bus driver!
In a Keanu Reeves film. I mean, how fast were you going back there?
Hello? Hello? I said, how fast were you going? Back there. Bit of speed impresses the girls, see? Because he's a bit of a lady killer, is our Damon. What a tragic waste of a decent motor.
Hey, Daddy. Hey, Dougie.
Want a tinny, mate?
Sure do, Danny. Cheers, mate. Ah, like an oasis in the desert of life. Hey, look at that out the window. Isn't that Jolene running off with the postie?
Yeah, but look over there. Jenny's in the Collinses pool skinny dipping with Joel and his long-lost brother Brad. Hello? What? The postman's wife's dead?
If a program spends more time selling you products than showing you the plot, we're here to ITC they don't get away with it.
If you know someone's got a gun and don't report it, you could have blood on your hands.
Richard didn't want to die, but he couldn't stop himself. The collision with the car didn't kill him, but he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so he continued on his journey. When he hit the inside of the car, that didn't kill him either. But his internal organs carried on travelling until they hit his rib cage, and his lungs were punctured, and the main artery from his heart was torn. And that's what killed Richard.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
I'll tell you what I think about bringing up children. You don't need old-fashioned discipline. You have to give them love and earn their respect. And my daughter No problems about drugs, anything like that. Well, I know they never tell the parents, but I am pretty sure. Really. A boyfriend, nice young man. Thing is, he'd previously been with another girl, ages before, and as it turned out, she had, taken drugs and... Well, the way I see it is if that girl had been helped in time, my girl wouldn't have got AIDS.
Mary lived here. Mary was born during the war. Went to a good school and on to university. She liked swimming, dancing. She was going to be married in the summer. Last night, Mary went to bed and left the fire unguarded, and she died in the blaze that followed. Tonight, before you go to bed, fire guard your home. Settle and guard open fires. Make sure cigarettes are out and empty ashtrays into a safe container. Switch off electrical appliances and unplug at the sockets. Close all doors. Don't make the same mistake as Mary. Fire is a nightmare. Tom was at Dunkirk and at Normandy.
Meet again.
And he lived.
Don't know where, don't know.
He came back to a career in teaching. And last night, Tom left a cigarette burning. And he died in the fire that followed. Tonight, before you go to bed, fire guard your home. Make sure cigarettes are out and empty ashtrays into a safe container. Settle and guard open fires. Switch off electrical appliances and unplug at the sockets. Close all doors. Don't make the same mistake as Tom. Fire is a nightmare.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, oh God, we've killed them all.
Lady Penelope, make your way to Tracy Island. We've been clamped for failure to pay road tax. It won't happen again, m'lady.
You're so right.
Parker!
And don't slouch, Parker.
No, m'lady.
The government is clamping down on road tax dodgers in your area now. No exceptions, no excuses, no escape.
Airport, please.
Listen to
go and let me cry in vain, and let me be alone again. The only girl I care about has gone away, looking for a brand new start. But little does she know that when she left that day, along with her she took my heart. Oh, listen to the falling rain. Pitter, patter, pitter, patter. Oh,
The official dimensions of a solitary cell in a British prison are 12 feet by 7. Many homeless families have been sentenced to live in one room of the same size in bed and breakfast accommodation.
Yeah, watch that kettle.
I'm not a teacher to read, I'm not a teacher.
Yep. Lily, go to sleep. Lie down now. I'm supposed to go to get a job in the first place if I don't go and see him. He told me.
What do you do with that money?
Some of these families have been confined for 4 years with no hope of remission.
Just be quiet, lovey, please. Just be quiet! Please! Do as you're told! I can't move for stuff in this place! Will you stop it? Stop! Stop it! I can't stand it!
Help shelter, help them get a home before the strain puts someone away for good.
Each night as you go to bed, close the door, and that door will hold back almost any fire. It will give you 10 precious minutes to get out. Leave it open, and it will give you no time at all. Fire. Shut it out. You'll never put it out.
Right. I want to talk to smokers with young children. Your cigarette smoke can seriously damage your children's health. It can aggravate asthma and increase the risk of chest infections. So give it up now. Or if you have to smoke, do it somewhere it won't harm your children. Like Peru.
If you want to stop smoking for yourself and your family, the Quit line can help.
Let me show you how much ash a 20-a-day smoker makes. Of course, they're not all cremated. I mean, some of them are buried.
If you want to stop smoking for yourself and your family, the Quit line can help.
Hello. If you've just given up smoking, you may be experiencing some withdrawal symptoms. But don't worry, the craving usually goes away after a month or so. In the meantime, well, you just have to hang in there. Oh, Brucey, I need you.
If you want to stop smoking for yourself and your family, the Quit line can help.
Here are, darling, 4 weddings. Here are, Rocky 4, 5, 6. Excuse me, I bought this video from you last Saturday, so... Well, I can't understand a word. Train spotting, not surprised. All talking Scotch, ain't they? No, I mean, it's the sound. Yeah. It's hopeless. It's absolutely hopeless. Yeah, no trains in it either. I suppose that's my fault as well. Here you are, darling, $4.99. Well, the picture's rubbish as well.
Well, that's your tracking, mate.
It's all right on my other videos.
Tracking's touchy.
Be careful. Most pirate videos are unwatchable, and there's no comeback.
Got a receipt, eh? Got a receipt?
Look, you said last week.
Said's no good, mate. Oral contract. Not worth the paper it's printed on. Yeah, darling, 4 weddings. Train spotting. As advertised on Crime Stoppers.
Pirate videos, daylight robbery.
When I was very little, a stranger took me away from Mummy. He kept me at a house he pretended to live in. A lady asked where Mummy was. He lied and said she was out. But she still wanted me even though I had no papers. She thought I was cute. She didn't know I was sick. I'm from a puppy farm, and in a week I'll be dead.
If your foam furniture catches fire, a smoke alarm will warn you at this point. If you haven't got a smoke alarm, you won't find out, because all foam, even new foam, which doesn't burn as easily, silently gives off poisonous cyanide gas. Which is why thousands of people without a smoke alarm, who thought they'd wake up, didn't. It's not an early warning. It's the only warning.
Gather round, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the iron and steel business. Wife does the ironing, I do the steeling.
Look it. Hellos, no problem with Slaphead. Slaphead's new formulation.
Each day you invite the most powerful salesman in the world into your living room.
This is me before Hunkomatic. And this is me 2 weeks later.
How do you know whether they're real or bogus? Well, they have to stick to our rules if they want to advertise on television. We're here to ITC you aren't misled.
In South Africa, 14 babies in every 1,000 die in infancy. White babies, that is. As many as a quarter of all black babies will die before they are 1 year old. Life expectancy in South Africa can be quite good. The average white will live well past 70. The average non-white never reaches 60. The World Health Organization says that 1 doctor for every 500 people is a healthy ratio. White South Africans have 1 doctor for every 330. Most blacks share a doctor with more than 19,000 others. So if you buy a Cape apple today, you really are helping to keep the doctor away.
Five major AIDS symptoms. Find out if you have them. Paralysis of the hands.
Why should I give money to an AIDS charity? There are far more deserving ones.
Hardening of the heart.
They're gay. They deserve everything they get.
Understanding deficiency.
If they were straight like me, they wouldn't have caught it in the first place.
Turning back syndrome.
It's not my problem that they've got AIDS, so why should I care?
Putting the boot in complex.
I says to him no, he says why, and I says because he's got AIDS.
The London Lighthouse is a place where people with AIDS are cared for. Ring 071 792 1200 to make a donation.
As you can see, we've already raised millions this year, but we need more. And remember, we prefer plastic.
Hold on, Governor. Mrs. Davis of Gwent has kindly donated her whole bank account.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Let's keep on giving to the greedy. Oops, I mean needy.
Millions are lost every year through credit card fraud. Look after your card. It's worth more than cash to a thief.
Be more careless with your card today.
Crime. Together we'll crack it.
Adrenaline surges through the body. Heart racing. Blood pumping. Breathless. Exhausted. Gasping for air. An intense burning pain as the wire rips through skin. Cutting deep. Tightening. Crushing the windpipe. Forcing the tongue against the inner cavity of the throat. Attempts to cry out go unheard. Trapped. With no means of escape. Death is painful. Death is slow.
It's 5 o'clock! You will wake up! Make me breakfast! I want something else! Pay me attention! Read me this story! Who said you could sleep? I want Walter. I've had enough!
Growing up, just wanted to fit in. There wasn't much to do where I lived. On that bridge, we weren't out to cause trouble, we was just messing about. We found a metal cable lying around. Our plan was to catch a train. I grabbed onto the cable, my cousin grabbed onto the other cable, and I said on the count of 3, we'll throw it over. 1, 2, and we threw it. All I knew is that the bottom was electric, nothing about the overhead cables. I always wanted to be a footballer. I went into shock and then into a seizure. The plan for the day was to go to my nan's and then was going to have a game. It was unbearable. The worst pain you can imagine. Burnt skin, burnt clothes, messing about. I weren't afraid of nothing, so I was going to be a bit confused. There's a tightening in all your muscles, ringing in my ears. I'm afraid of pain. As I come around, the scream was getting louder and I realised what it was my cousin. Electric went through his body and out of his stomach.
Someone please help me! Help! Someone!
I was 13 years old when I got electrocuted. 25,000 volts went through my body. At the time I was a confident person, and now as I grow up it's just knocked me back for 6. But that's life, and I still have to live with it. I wouldn't wish this upon anyone.
back.
Too much alcohol makes you feel invincible when you're most vulnerable.
If you take ecstasy, you don't know if you'll be the one who'll have an extreme reaction. Leading to fits, kidney failure, and even death. One of the troubles with acid is you never know when it's going to turn into a bad trip. If you take speed, you could get more than you expected, like mental illness, your heart packing in, or a blood vessel busting in your head.
Mr. Policeman.
Ouch, that hurts.
Saddle chap and hand me at once. I'll be dashed, but I'll forget this in a hurry. Just you wait till I get out of these nasty handcuffs. They're really chafing, you know.
We don't expect programs to be unrealistic, but strong language must be justified and shown at an appropriate time. We're here to ITC a bit of common sense.
Your facts.
I want a divorce now. Daddy, why can't I have some new shoes?
I'm sorry, but we have to repossess your house. You've been summoned to court.
I'm afraid your mother died.
You obviously didn't read the small.
Do you have insurance to cover the funeral? Daddy!
Your facts.
Why can't you come and see me? I'm not going to speak to you
You've
anymore.
been found guilty and fined £500. Your facts. Facts.
I want a divorce now. Now. Daddy? Now. Daddy!
There's just a huge void and there's nothing to fill it. Nothing at all.
The driver had been drinking and just smashed his car into the back of Michelle's car, and she died of head injuries.
Oh, she was lovely. She was full of energy, full of enthusiasm. Even if I could just hold her hand for 5 minutes, or tell her again how much I love her, or just touch her hair, I would give the world for that.
If your chip pan catches fire, don't panic. Just follow these instructions. 1. Turn off the heat. 2. Run a cloth under a tap and wring it out. 3. Cover the pan and then wait until it's cooled right down. Don't try and move the pan, and whatever you do, don't throw water over the fire. The effects can be devastating.
Right, kids, just before you go, there's a brilliant idea in the air that I'd like to run by you. Now, it's called 10-10. The idea is everyone starts cutting their carbon emissions by 10%, thus keeping the planet safe for everyone, eventually. Now, this hasn't got to be a huge thing, but I would love it if you and your families would think about doing something.
What sort of thing, miss?
Well, like getting your dad to insulate the loft, or taking your next holiday by train instead of flying, or buying energy-saving light bulbs.
We're thinking of using our car less. I'm going to cycle to school.
That's fantastic, Jemima. Now, no pressure at all, but it'd be great to get a sense of how many of you might do this. Just a rough percentage. That's fantastic! And those not? Philip and Tracy. That's fine, that's absolutely fine. Your own choice. Okay, class, thank you so much for today, and I will see you all tomorrow. Oh, just before you go, I just need to press this little button here. Now, everybody, please remember to read chapters 5 and 6 on volcanoes and glaciation. Except for Philip and Tracy, of course.
Right, just want to check on that 10-10 thing. Had some brilliant ideas from lots of you how the firm can cut down emissions by 10%. Just quick show of hands, everyone who wants to get involved. Great, that's nearly everybody. And yeah, just for the record, no pressure. Those who aren't quite convinced about it yet. Cool, it's no problem. Your choice. Okay, so those of you planning something here or at home should probably get working on it. Oh, gorgeous. Those of you who aren't... Excellent. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Well, hello everyone. It's great to be back here at Spurs. So many happy memories for me. Anyway, tell me something. What is this 10-10 thing the club is doing?
Well, it means that we're trying to cut our carbon emissions by 10% this year, and Tottenham Hotspur Football Club was the first to sign up.
We've changed the floodlights at White Hart Lane, so they're low energy. Lots of our fans are coming to matches on buses, trains, bikes and stuff, rather than coming by car.
I see. Whatever, I wouldn't do it. It seems like distraction from football to me.
That's just fine, David. You don't have to join in, just ignore it. No pressure. Right, lads, let's do some penalties.
10-10. Hundreds of thousands of people, schools, businesses, hospitals, movie stars, knitting circles, scout troops, presidents and governments, all tackling climate change in more than 40 countries. Care to join us? No pressure.
Is that okay?
Sounded great to me. Thanks,
okay.
Gillian.
Happy to help.
So what are you thinking of doing for 10-10 yourself?
What, are you kidding me? I thought that by doing this voiceover, that was my contribution.
Right. No, absolutely. No pressure.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Jesus. Somewhere in this vast place, there's a small group of islands known as the Faroe Islands. No one knows why, but once a year, large groups of pilot whales return here. The islanders look forward to their visit each year and prepare a special homecoming for them. First of all, they herd the whales into the harbour. Then they harpoon them. And then cut them up with hunting knives while they're still alive. The noise you can hear is the whale screaming as it experiences this horrific death. The more the whales scream, the more the crowd seem to enjoy it. Meat is then distributed to the crowd, and once their freezers are crammed full, the rest is left on the beach to rot.
In South Africa, the blacks outnumber us whites by 5 to 1. But that doesn't bother us, because we've made sure that we own most of the land. We've made sure that we earn over 3 times more than they do. We've made sure they don't have enough houses and no right to vote. And we make sure they don't complain. Because if they do, tough break.
Go on, get it. We're not supposed to go in there. Oh, go on, there's a gap down there. A gang of kids broke in yesterday. I saw them. Pass me that bit of wood.
A 66,000-volt shock killed a boy today when he broke into a substation. The electricity board warns children to keep away from substations. Never try to get toys back yourself. Otherwise, you may not live to play with them again.
Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there?
Loneliness, emptiness, painful. Doesn't seem any way out. The younger two children don't understand why I'm in it. They keep saying, apologise and they let you come home. They don't quite realise what I've done. The old lady that I crashed into, she died. And her face comes back every time I sort of close my eyes. I find myself going back in the dream to try and say the things I wanted to say, but it never happens. I sort of wish I could have said something in the hospital. But it's just nothing I could have said, not to make it any better. Because nothing would have made it better.
I suppose you expect me to talk. On the contrary, I expect you to die. But little children might be watching this. Wrong again. It's now well past the 9 o'clock watershed, and safe to show scenes of nail-biting tension and horror. Oh dear.
Because we don't want children being upset by violent or frightening programs, we ITC they're shown at an appropriate time.
Ah, they've let you out again, have they? You worthless little cow!
Come on in.
Let the card read.
Check the things.
I don't know what it says, alright?
You okay? Here, 20 quid. You worthless little cow!
Let the card read. I don't know what it says.
Here, 20 quid. Worthless little cow!
I don't know what it says.
Here, 20 quid. Worthless.
It says
20 quid.
It says
20 quid. 20 quid. 20 quid. 20 quid. 20
Now, you've no idea what this stuff she took was.
Look, she just wanted to have a good time.
Are you sure you don't know? It's important.
Pills. I mean, I don't know what they were.
How many did she take?
Don't know.
Where did she get them from?
The party. Yeah, I don't know.
You can go now.
But we're her friends.
Every year, thousands of tribespeople are made homeless by the ruthless destruction of the world's rainforests. They are being robbed of land that has been theirs for centuries, as 1 acre of forest is razed to the ground every second. And it's mainly the greed of just a few that is destroying the forests, the plants, the animals, and ultimately the people who live there. Even if you couldn't care less about any of these facts, there's one thing you should care about, because it affects you. This is not a scare. It's already started. Our campaigns are making a difference. With your money, we can do much more.
Like most victims, Julie knew her killer. It was her son. He wasn't wearing his seatbelt. After crushing her to death, he sat back down. Think about wearing a seatbelt.
Overloaded socket! Oh, spoil sport. Come on, where is it? Something. Matches, come on, go for the matches, darling. And put them there for you. Come on. Oh, Daddy. You put them out of reach. Matches and twice too full and the heat's too high. Don't. Something's good. Come on. Oh, the heat is too close to the curtain. Behind the door. Look what you've done. Bye-bye, house.
Don't give fire a chance.
That was a public information film.
Make your plan. Get out alive.
He
don't go out to kill anybody. You never go out with the intention and say to yourself, oh, today I'm going to run down a pedestrian. A few beers with the friends. Bang. Seeing the head come through the windscreen again. Vividly, like it's there today now. And the fact that I am the cause of it, I can't take that back. But it doesn't change the fact I've become a killer.
Dolphins are warm-blooded mammals, like us. They breathe, like us. They play, like us. They talk, like us. They nurse their young, like us. Yet 250,000 dolphins are slaughtered needlessly each year. They are drowned or crushed to death in yellowfin tuna nets from North America, Panama, and Mexico. And that's how we know they scream like us.
In the last 5 years, poachers have killed over 2,000 black rhinos. Since 1960, 97% of the population have been wiped out. Unless something is done now, there will soon be no horns left in Africa. You can help by sending a donation to Tusk, P.O. Box 34, London SW1. But please, do it quickly.
When your smoke alarm goes off, make sure you know what to do. Plan your escape now, or you might live to regret it.
The first natural-born smoker will have a larger nose to filter out impurities. Self-cleaning lungs. A highly developed index and middle finger. Smaller ears, because they don't listen. Extra eyelids to protect the eye from irritating smoke. And of course, an inbuilt resistance to heart disease, lung cancer, and thrombosis. Unfortunately, the first natural-born smoker hasn't yet been born. The natural-born smoker will be a responsible parent. To encourage early learning, the child will be exposed to tobacco smoke from birth. Then, when it's older, sent to school to be taught the correct way to inhale cigarette smoke by a group of people called friends. Any child who feels dizzy, sick, or afraid of cancer will be ridiculed until they conform and become a regular smoker.
Who can tell me? Hands up. 9 times 8. Sally, do you know the answer? Shush.
Do you want to come by my house after school?
No.
Sally, you're not eating again. What's wrong?
I'm fine. Can I go now?
Thousands of children desperately need someone to turn to. Call now and help us be there for them.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although
Every year, thousands of other animals suffer this ugly pain in the name of beauty. Please don't use cosmetics tested in this way.
I am dying from motor neurone disease. Every day I'm more helpless as my muscles waste away. There is no cure for my disease and no hope for me. But I want there to be hope for others. I am the spirit of dark and lonely water, ready to trap the unwary, the show-off,
the fool. And this is the kind of place you'd expect to find me. But no one expects to find me here. It seems too ordinary. But that pool is deep. The boy is showing off. The bank is slippery. The show-offs are easy. But the unwary ones are easier still. This branch is weak, rotten. It'll never take his weight. Only a fool would ignore this. But there's one born every minute. Under the water there are traps, old cars, bedsteads, weeds, hidden depths. It's the perfect place for an accident.
Oh, look, there's someone in the water. Quick, use that big stick to get him out.
Sensible children. I have no power over them.
Oi, mate, that's a stupid place to swim. Hey, go over and get that thing to wrap him in. You don't feel cold, mate. How long was you in there? Ew, what thing?
I'll be back.
There was no intent. It was never meant to happen. But, yes, I killed somebody. I was driving home in the morning when I thought I was okay, but obviously I wasn't. I've left a husband and children without a mother and a wife, and I've got to live with that for the rest of my life. Very vivid nightmares. More realistic than anything I can actually remember. I'm just very sorry for my victims. The husband and the children and her family.
I'm very bad, is the only explanation. I must have done something very bad to deserve this. I've been locked in, without food or water, by my best friend. Let me go. Please. I won't do it again. Whatever it was that I did. I'm so thirsty. I don't want to be let go now. Just a drink will do. But have I been so bad that I can't have a drink? Tired now. Don't need anything anymore. Only sleep. Just like to see my friend once more. To say sorry for the terrible thing that I did. Wonder what it was.
After an attack is over and the all clear has been sounded, arrangements will be made as soon as possible to treat any people who are ill or injured. Listen to your radio. Details will be given about what to do, when to do it, and how. If anyone dies while you are kept in your fallout room, move the body to another room in the house. Label the body with name and address, and cover it as tightly as possible in polythene, paper, sheets, or blankets. Tie a second card to the covering. The radio will advise you what to do about taking the body away for burial. If, however, you have had a body in the house for more than 5 days, and if it is safe to go outside, then you should bury the body for the time being in a trench or cover it with earth and mark the spot of the burial.
How you doing? Yeah? All right. How was school? Good girl. I'll be back soon. Sure, just a couple of days. Listen, sweetheart, can you do me a favor, huh? Can you go to the window and blow Daddy a kiss? Can you do that? I love you too.
Jimmy!
Please keep matches away from children.
All children are fascinated by fire. Do you know where every match is in your house? They probably do.
Childhood diseases can cause blindness, deafness, brain damage, and even death. We can never be sure which child will be struck down by childhood diseases, but we know which children are less likely to be. Immunization, the safest way to protect your child. Contact your GP health visitor or clinic for more information. Childhood diseases can be caught by any child at any time. They can lead to blindness, deafness, meningitis, brain damage, and even death. Immunization, the safest way to protect your child.
You may not know about Hib infection, but you could know about its effects. Here, children demonstrate some of the consequences, as only children can. High fever and listlessness, serious blockage to the windpipe, painful infections of bones and joints, striking at the elbows, knees, ankles, or fingers, and worst of all, Hib meningitis, which can lead to deafness, brain damage, convulsions, and even death. Hib immunization is now available for the under 4s. Your GP, health visitor, or clinic can answer any questions.
What are you drinking? Same again?
Yeah.
No, not for me.
What?
I'm driving.
You won't get pulled. Not on a Sunday.
Give me a half.
Half is what girls drink. What's the problem here?
I've got to get down my mum's for dinner.
Oh, his mum's for dinner.
Mummy's boy.
Come on, Dave. Just one more.
All right, then get me a pint.
Come on, Dave. Just one more.
Mr. Reed? Mr. Reed? He's ready for you now.
Well, Michael, the results of your blood tests have come through, and we have found antibodies that indicate that you are HIV positive.
The AIDS virus can live on dirty needles and equipment, so don't share. Because just one fix with an infected needle will really get you out of it.
Against that cot if you don't shut your screaming noise!
Come and sit over
me. You're brainless, you're stupid, you're no child of mine!
Mummy, where are you? I don't like being on my own.
Not a word to anyone. This is going to be our little secret.
Sometimes we can't bear to look either. But cruelty to children can be stopped, and with your help, it can be stopped forever. Please support the NSPCC's new Full Stop campaign.
Think up that hill. Yeah. Oh look, there they are. Right. Right. It's more of them.
Of course we are.
He has more than us.
Shut up. Let's go.
Go away. Go away.
Replica guns are being converted into real guns. They are easily available and require no license. They are toys that kill. Visit mothersagainstguns.net and help us get a total ban of replica guns.
There is now a danger that has become a threat to us all. It is a deadly disease and there is no known cure. The virus can be passed during sexual intercourse with an infected person. Anyone can get it, man or woman. So far it's been confined to small groups, but it's spreading. So protect yourself. And read this leaflet when it arrives. If you ignore AIDS, it could be the death of you. So don't die of ignorance.
There is now a deadly virus which anyone can catch from sex with an infected person. But you can't always tell if someone is infected. And unless we're all a lot more careful, the people who've died so far will be just the tip of the iceberg. So protect yourself. It's safer if you use a condom. And remember, the more sexual partners, the greater the risk.
Arrival on the scene, how to treat a stab wound. Now, as the blade enters the body,
it tears apart the tissue structure, so you need to be ready for a huge amount of blood. Even a small knife in the leg or the arm is likely to sever a major artery. The victim's going to lose almost half their body's blood within the first half an hour. For every minute after that they go without treatment, the chances of death go up by 10%. So treat wounds to the legs and the arms as seriously as those to the body or the head. You should be familiar with the following common tissues on this stab wound. You can see yellow fatty tissue, brown here is muscle, in the centre, bone. Think about infection. The blade may look clean, but it's usually coated with bacteria. The knife injects this bacteria deep into the body of the victim, causing a virulent infection. Here you can see the effects of gas gangrene on a body that's gone untreated. This was the morning after the victim appeared to be recovering from a stab wound to the leg. Now, the best case scenario here is that he'll lose his leg to amputation. But if the infection spreads to the rest of the body, the most likely outcome is death. A knife in the chest is usually held fast by the bone and the surrounding muscle structure. If the knife is still in the victim, then don't take it out. The wound may be bleeding freely. If the blood is squirting out, then apply pressure till it stops. You can do this by squeezing together the edges of the wound alongside the knife blade. Try to get the victim in a sitting, upright position. This will stop the knife being jolted or knocked out. Now, in many cases, the victim's going to try to remove the knife themselves. Don't allow this to happen. The knife can cause just as much damage on the way out as it did on the way in. So keep the blade in situ, securely, and get the patient to the operating theatre. A stab wound to the abdomen the size of your thumb can expose anything up to 6 meters of intestines. Now, when these become exposed to the air, they may dry out, in which case they'll need to be cut away. An injury to the lower left bowel like this, for example, could necessitate the surgical removal of a large amount of intestine and the permanent use of a colostomy bag. If the victim is coughing up blood or vomiting, then hold their intestines for them to prevent more intestines coming out.
The entire Apache Nation gather in the hills above the headquarters of the U.S. Army in New Mexico, tired of the broken promises of the Great White Father, ready to face the long knives in the fort below. Kim, 8. 8 years and 3/4, she says. That means she's 8. Sharon, 9. Apache women weren't just squaws, they often fought too. Michael, wearing a red band, he's daft. The Apaches never wore red. Me, Geronimo, chief of the Apaches, great warrior of the plains. Tom, Robert. Are we ready? Ready. Ready, Chief. Ready, Danny. Geronimo! I'm Geronimo! I'm cold. Mum and Dad are getting ready for the party. Veal and ham pie, my favourite. quickly. Sharon, Kim, over the other side. Down! Clubs. Well, how should we take the fall to the long knives? Haven't you any ideas? We can't hear. What was that, Danny? Who's Danny? Sorry, Chief. Well, what did you say? I said, who's Danny? Before that. Oh, Michael, go and tell him. Me talk to squaws? Tom, you go. Down! What? Down! Some Indians. We're still on the floor. We're what? What's that? She means charge it. Right! Look out, the wagon train's coming! Attack it as it enters the fort, okay? Okay. Right. Dad likes to see his face in his shoes. He says he could shave in the reflection from them. This is Mum's favourite blouse, her best one. After all, when you're having a party, you want to look your best, don't you?
Someone on Swap Shop had feathers.
What, Indian feathers?
I don't know, just feathers.
Some girl was swapping elephants. She brought them along. Elephants? Real elephants? No, I saw that. They were rubber elephants. She was swapping them. What for? Of course she was swapping. She was on Swap Shop, wasn't she?
For animals.
Elephants are animals. Yeah, but she wanted to swap for glass animals because she had too many elephants and wanted to get rid of them because her mother said so. If I was her, I'd swap something totally different. What? I don't know. Stamps? Nah. Guns? Nah. Action men? Yeah, I got loads of them.
This is
They're not.
Yes,
They're
they
not.
are. Yes, they are.
You
But
girls
dolls.
don't all shop on dolls.
Huh?
Prams.
Nah.
Oh, come on. I'm not lying around here all day. Let's go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what? What are we going to do? How am I supposed to know?
Well, you brought us out here.
I'm supposed to know everything, aren't I? Without me, you'd be lost. I'm Peter Larimer. Anything, Keith. Come on to me. Hey, come on,
Okay. I'll decide what we're going to do, and we're definitely not going to play football. shouting, I'm a prisoner. You mustn't shout, help! Robert, Michael, I'm a prisoner. Help is coming! No shouting, I said! I'm not shouting for help. No shouting names, it's not allowed. No shouting at all. Tom! Tom! Tom, come on! Kitty cat! Come on. How'd you know where I was? You're sick. You're picking on me? Oh, come on. Not fair, that's the second time you caught me. You should be able to hide better then, shouldn't you? The trouble with grown-up parties, adults parties, is that they don't seem to enjoy themselves. No one ever brings presents, and no one gets a present to take home with them. That's not what I call a party. They just eat and stand around drinking. No one plays games. Isn't that funny?
I sure hope those railroad men get through the pass, Sergeant. Those goddamn Apaches would never take the train, sir. I guess you're right. Let's get back to the foot. Okay, sir. Come on, boy. Come on! Welcome, O Chief. Sergeant, note this. Yes, sir. At Fort Sumner, scouts are allowed to man the gate.
You what?
Open the gates, we're coming in.
Enter, Chief.
I'm General Cook, 9th Cavalry.
But I thought we were playing Indians.
That is because you are thick.
You're bonkers.
All right, men? Yes, sir.
Yes.
How is it, Sergeant? So quiet, sir. Yeah, too quiet. I don't like it.
I want to know when we change from being Apaches.
Look, if there are 10 of us,
We could be the Apaches all the time, and the rest could be the cavalry all the time. But there's only 5 of us, so we have to be both. But there's only 4 of us. Yeah, 4. Are we ready, men? Ready, Captain. Look, what about Michael and me? We're still dressed as Indians. We didn't know we was going to change, did we? Nobody told us. You can be Indian scouts for the cavalry. Every fort has them. I know. I'd be in disguise. A soldier in disguise to fool the Indians. Yeah, me too. Oh, all right. Captain, here they come! Red savages! You yellow pig! Skunks! That's coyote! You're all thick! Ah, they got me! Ah! 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 I mean, they're missing me! I'm going, Sergeant! I'm going fast! I'm glad! Hey, Sharon, that was great. Oh, it was nothing. Apaches have taken Fort Sumner. Pale faces are massacred. Oh, let's try to change the subject. What are these? They're my granddad. He collects them. What are they for? I don't know. They used to be used on farms. It's his hobby. Oh. Hey, what are you doing? In celebration of our victories, we will drink the white man's fire water. Oh, some hopes. Hey, this would make a great gang hut. Don't think my granddad would let us, but you could use my Wendy house. Wendy house? I don't fancy that. Come on, let's have a drink. Hey, I'm not drinking that. You don't know what it is. Well, just mime it, like we did in the school play. It might be poison. Yeah, to kill the rat. No, it isn't poison. It would look like it. Smells okay. Here, give me that. Me, Geronimo, chief of tribe. Me have many stallions. Me have many scalps. Me kill many warriors. Oh, it's horrible. What you said has got all of my jackets. 9, you said. I forgot. You all right, Sharon? Yeah, I think so. That's what made a right mess of my clothes. My mom's gonna kill me. Isn't it? Crikey.
I don't see what grown-ups get out of it, except a lot of drink. And they can get that in the pub. They don't need to come to the house to get it. Mind you, sometimes I like it, when they all get drunk and dance around with you, and give you money. I like that, that's fun.
You see, Hutch? Nobody's sure packing a gun. I ain't deaf. He's in there, Stark. You know something, Hutch? What's that? I'm getting too old for these capers. Wait, Hutch, cover me. Gotcha! Run! I bet you guys think you got me, huh? Come on with your hands up, dummy! Ah, don't make me laugh, Hutchinson. This is Starsky talking. You too! Wait, Hutch, you're rushing. Are you rushing? I'll cover you. I'll cover you. I'll tell you what, we're both going. We both cover each other. Great idea. Hey, you guys rapping or shooting, make up your mind. Don't you worry about us, dum-dum. You just watch your ass. Ah, you guys are all talk. Shut up, saphead. Ready? Ready. 1, 2, 3. Freeze! Double look out! Ah! I think they've nearly all arrived now. Mind you, there's always someone late though, isn't there? Just like school. I'm going to scout the land. Yes, Chief. No, you stay here and guard the lodge of our fathers. I'll be gone many moons. The Apaches have fought well against great odds. Our braves are few and the white man is many. We have no food. Winter is coming. our people will starve. We have been robbed of our homeland, but we shall return. We shall survive. I, Geronimo, must gather together our scattered people, and we shall survive. Our greatest need is food and shelter. We must have food. We must learn the ways of the White Eyes. Feed our people his way. That much the White Eyes can teach us. We shall cast aside the weapons of war. That's correct. This is our land, our homeland. As long as one Apache remains, it shall be ours. I, Geronimo, give my word.
They're ready now.
Yes.
They're ready.
For he knoweth whereof we are made. He remembereth that we are but dust. The days of man are but as grass, for he flourisheth as a flower of the field. For as soon as the wind goeth over it, it is gone, and the place thereof shall know it no more. We therefore commit Danny's body to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to dust. Sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life, through our Lord Jesus Christ.
My mum and dad. It's a nice party. Quiet, but nice. My cousin Michael. My granny and granddad. All the family are there for the party. I wish I was. I wish I was there. Honest.
What time do you think you'll get home tonight?